This is a story about how my 58-second video got over 6,000 views, 30 shares, and 20 saves. Chapter 1, an unexpected presentation. So, when I was 26 years old, I once brought a room of business owners to tears. I was fresh out of university and less than 12 months into running my own business, and I had just landed my very first speaking gig. To say that I was nervous was an understatement. Like, I'm telling you, as I was driving to the venue, I had like waves of terror washing over me. I pictured myself bombing in front of everyone, and I pictured the looks of pity when people realized that I was a fraud. But there was something in me that just wouldn't let me back out. And that's when literally the most amazing thing happened. So at the end of the presentation, as the last line of my river story left my lips, it was like the energy in the room shifted. People leaned forward in their seats. Their eyes were just locked into mine. And it's like you could have heard a pin drop. And then, just as suddenly, the room erupted with questions. Questions asked with respect, wonder, and admiration. It was like my age didn't matter, my gender didn't matter, my education didn't matter. People were simply captivated by my story. And I tell you this because it's okay not to have all the answers yet. You can still go out and create the life you love, whether that's a creative project, successful business, or a stellar career. I believe that there's something inside you that will guide you towards that end goal, even if you don't know what it is yet. Chapter 2, out of the frying pan and into the fire. Shout out to people who know where these references are from. From the moment on from the presentation, I began working with other people to create their own beautiful stories. And this is what happened.
I'm Caroline. I am a coach, and I coach horse riders in their riding skills, and also I coach people with their anxiety and depression.
Hi, my name's Scott Merrick, and my world is one of marketing, and in particular digital marketing.
Well, I'm Diane Vitale, and I do interior design, and I specialise in lighting design.
My name's Cleo Merrick. I have my own business and helping people make webinars and online courses to be able to put their holistic businesses online.
You've been fabulous at helping me discover my voice as we're going through the process.
And actually talking with you really helped uncover some real gold nuggets that are really would help my audience really connect to the journey that I've had, which I didn't even realise was as miraculous as it was.
I liked the way you knitted it in to how it falls into place with the slightly marketing, the slightly sales. It kind of helps me to create that fuller picture. So that's actually been quite a nice little bonus. I take that like a little pot of gold, actually.
It was amazing because now I can create stories not only for like Facebook and LinkedIn or any kind of social media posts, but when I'm talking to a client, I can tell a story, but I know how to structure that story, but also what type of story to tell for that particular situation and that environment.
You, Renee, walk us through the process in such a gentle and generous manner, with such a space that's being held for us as your clients. Like I'm so grateful for everything that you've done and for where we're at now at the end of it. It's a great place to be.
And now, fast forward 2 years, and I decided to turn my river story into a video. And you guys, this was really big for me. And again, I was terrified, but I just decided that I'd make that video for me. Even if no one watched it, even if it was terrible, even, like, no matter what, I would make it and I would pour my heart and soul into it. And then the unimaginable happened again. The video got over 6,000 views and 30 shares and 20 saves. Like, it's just insane. But, like, you know what was better than the views? The messages and the DMs and the people who hadn't spoken in decades reached out. It was like people told me that I inspired them to tell their story. And these messages came from, like, all over the world. Like, I got messages from not only Australia, but India and the US as well. It's crazy. And people just started coming out of the woodwork asking for the story formula. And for the first time ever, people were actually coming to me for the thing that I wanted to do most in the world, which is actually tell my story. So chapter 3 is many meetings. Now, at the time that I'm making this video, I'm at a crossroads. I want to test the story formula with people that I've never worked with before. I want to find people in the creative spaces, artists, writers, coaches, designers, musicians, anyone who works with in creative projects, whether you're employed, whether you're in business, or whether you're freelancing. I want to test the story formula and see how it works for you. And because of that, I'm offering you the chance to be part of the very first story pod, a group of creatives who come together and use the story formula to bring a creative project to life. So if you've been sitting on the fence, wanting to expand your business, launch a course or a program, or simply create some art, music, theatre, or dance, I invite you into the story pod, the very first one. It's a 6-week intensive where you'll learn the story formula and the exact steps that I took to get that video over 6,000 views, 30 shares, and 20 saves. And because this is so new, I'm actually only going to offer 7 seats for this pilot story pod. And this is because I want to test the story formula slowly and methodically. I don't just kind of want to rush in, grab hundreds of people and just throw information at them. I want to work closely with a group of 7 people who are dedicated to bringing a creative project to life, whether that's art, music, business, or career. And right now, 7 people is the maximum that I can take on and still give you all enough attention. And I want to make sure that everyone comes out of the 6 weeks with at least one significant story that will help you bring your creative project to life. So this story pod is a place where you'll get to connect personally with me and 6 other people on a similar journey. And I really want us to see each other and support each other and listen to each other as we share our stories, because us creatives, like, we're really amazing, but we're usually the first people to downplay our own results or doubt our talents. However, we're also the kind of people that feel the fear and do it anyway, like I am doing right now. And as my mentor, Chris Duncan, says, where you put your focus is everything. And so for now, let's focus on using the story formula to draw an audience for your creative project or business or career. And if you want to be one of the first 7 people in the story pod, put your details in below. I love you. Thank you.